Going to show you a time lapse here in the Timber Cove area at Lake Tahoe, which is still dealing with the impacts of heavy snow that we were going through at the beginning of the month of January.
Right, and when it snows this much, crews use brine and sand to help people drive safely. So let's bring in Jordan Tolbert now. So Jordan, how do these kinds of materials affect lake water?
Right, so the city of South Lake Tahoe, they're trying to keep its residents safe while also keeping the lake clean as well. So they're trying to balance those two things. But the issue is some of what's used to treat the road is the type of thing that people want to keep out of Lake Tahoe.
The biggest challenge that we have, and especially for this year, is the amount of snowfall that we got. You know, we have all of these snow storage, and we're basically getting to the limits of the space that we have.
And all that runoff has to go somewhere, which is why better stormwater filtration systems and transportation technologies are crucial to keeping the lake clear. Lake clarity was first measured back in the 60s, and since that point, Tahoe has lost 30 feet of clarity. Fine and ultrafine sediments are partially to blame for this.
This is when road sands and road materials get ground up over and over and over again with cars traveling over it. And when you have a big storm event or you have a lot of snowmelt, that fine sediment, that material gets washed closer and closer into the lake.
Brine and sand are necessary to keeping the roads safe, especially after South Lake Tahoe saw up to 10 feet of snow in the past month. Lake Tahoe's clarity has remained relatively stable, though, in the last 20 years or so, thanks to a collaborative effort between people who live in Tahoe, environmental projects, and continued technological advancement.
You used to be able to see down about 100 feet in the lake.
Local agencies are also sweeping streets regularly and monitoring how much sand and brine is going onto the roads.
They are reducing the amount they use through technology and temperature sensors. And they are installing roadway infiltration measures that clean the stormwater later on when it all melts.
Okay, so another thing that's of concern that you found out about when driving up to Tahoe is they have pothole issues, right?
Oh yeah, you know, I was driving up there last week for this very story, and you're just dodging those potholes left and right. And you know, that cycle of freeze and thaw and rain and snow really did a number on the roads, but crews are really prioritizing filling up the main roads first and then moving on to local streets. So just be a little patient as that road work was happening as you head up to Tahoe, either north or south this weekend.
You felt it was a little bit like Mario Kart, right?
It was a little like Mario Kart.
Okay, all right, good to know. Now we understand fully.
Yeah, thank you for explaining,
Super
Jordan.
Mario.